So about 5, almost 6 years ago, I started to ship Sonic with Amy Rose, but before that, I shipped him with Sally Alicia Acorn, and I wanted to explain why I changed up my opinion. In case you don't know, Sally Acorn is the princess of the Acorn Kingdom and leader of the Freedom Fighters. In the Archie and cartoon continuities, she is a childhood friend and girlfriend of Sonic the Hedgehog. She is well known for her role in the Saturday morning cartoon as the Deuteragonist, and a lot of fans, myself included, respect the pairing. Amy Rose was introduced around the same time as Sally in September 1993. Amy is known for her hammer skills and her crush on Sonic. Throughout elementary school and middle school, I didn't really like Amy all that much because I thought she was annoying. However, after playing Lost World and Sonic 06, I developed some respect for her character. Her simple crush on Sonic is for the better. Some people say you shouldn't change for no one, but I think we all should change if we're getting some positive mileage out of it. Amy was known as Rosie the Rascal, a young girl who was insecure, shy, and couldn't fend for herself. Later, after Sonic Adventure going onward, Amy's matured into a more confident, honest, and independent character. I actually think Amy has some of the best character development in the series. Some people would say Sonic shouldn't be with Amy because canonically she's 12 years old, but I personally think it's a reach since they're only 3 years apart, as if the gap would matter when she's 18 and Sonic's 21. Then there's the multiple references throughout the stories that confirm Sonic's feelings for Amy. But why do people like Sonic and Sally's relationship more? Well, most people would say they like their personalities and how they contrast, like how opposites attract. Sally is mature and cautious, whereas Sonic is juvenile and impulsive. As a couple, I think their relationship is down to earth and they keep each other uplifted in times of need. And I always like that personal bond they share growing up as friends. But when there's good reasons, I think people have some dumb reasons to hate the ship. Reasons like they're not the same species, Sally is not canon, or Sally's too bossy. I mean, there have been many anthro characters in fiction, so of course there's bound to be some interspecies or interracial pairings. Pairings like Sly Cooper and Carmelita Fox, Falco Lombardi and Cat Moreau, Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit, or Bunny Rabbit and Antoine Decollette. Not to mention, Sally and the Freedom Fighters are owned by Sega of America, which is why they didn't disappear with everything the writer Ken Penders had established. One of the biggest controversies is the infamous slap moment in issue number 134 of the Archie comics. Rumor has it Jonathan Gray, a Sonic artist, inserted this in to break up the two, then later pair up Sonic and Amy. I don't know who was smoking what when they came up with this idea, but there's nothing that suggested this after the fact. But this all escalated because Sonic turned down Sally's proposal after she was enduring crippling depression when she thought he was dead for a year. It's a long story. But to me and many others, it was an out of character moment for her. At the time when I read this, this was kind of one of the reasons that gave me to drift away from Sonally. But this isn't a good reason to write off Sally entirely, though. So if you ship Sonally, do you? I think Sonamy is better for a variety of my own reasons, and not a one-sided relationship considered by others. What I think makes a good relationship in general is communication, transparency, honesty, loyalty, commitment, and love. And I think Amy embodies all these qualities if she were ever in an official relationship with Sonic. I believe Amy is more loyal to Sonic than Sally, and that's because Sally puts her royal status before all else. Like, for example, in issue number 40, Sonic is accused of purposely getting roboticized in his trial by his friends. Sally believes he's innocent but comes off as heavy handed due to being a princess. Her role as princess comes off as a burden, where she has been forced to marry others over Sonic for the sake of her country. I do believe if she could, Sally would give up her status to be with him. In another scenario where Sonic's arrested in Sonic Adventures 2, Amy and Tails realize Sonic is wrongfully accused and mount a rescue. And another time where Silver tried to kill Sonic, Amy also saved him and expressed her doubts about Silver's claims about Sonic. Therefore, I think Amy is more committed to Sonic than Sally. I also believe Amy's love for him goes beyond a mild crush she's had since Sonic CD. In Sonic 06, Amy, along with the other supporting characters, scouted for the Chaos Emeralds to revive Sonic during the distortion of the world. In Lost World, when the Deadly Six were harnessing the planet's energy, Amy tries to confess her overall feelings, which motivates Sonic into stopping Zavok. Sonic also had returned feelings for Amy as well, in several continuities. In the game, Sonic Adventures 2, Sonic chose to rescue Amy, who was taken hostage, over stopping the Eclipse cannon when he had the chance. After getting mutated into a werehog, Sonic is afraid to face Amy based off his new appearance in Sonic Unleashed, which is why he runs off in the scene. He's also given the option to agree to a date with Amy, which I think is canon in Sonic and the Black Knights. In Sonic X, Sonic's relationship to Amy is kind of the same like it is in the games, but here I think it's more evident that Sonic has returned feelings a lot more subtly. As most fans would know, Sonic has a fear of water. Aquaphobia. And on top of that, he doesn't know how to swim, except the Fleetway version. In episode 9, Sonic went out of his way to overcome his fear briefly to prevent Amy from drowning in the ocean. He also went the extra mile and wore a lucky charm bracelet Amy made she believed was destroyed. Later on, after returning from Chris's world, Sonic appears to Amy's house with a rose stating he missed her, which moves her to tears. The French and English dubs have two different interpretations where he says he'll never leave and that he loves her, from episode 52. Also, it's worth noting that Sonic does in fact have an attraction to her in episode 65 of Sonic X. Even in the Archie and IDW comics, they both have strong feelings for one another. While Amy isn't Sonic's primary love interest, I think there are notable moments even in the pre-Genesis wave worth pointing out. For one, Sonic and Amy are actually pen pals mentioned in issue number 40, meaning they communicate just fine with one another. Also, Sonic considers her a trustworthy friend and takes her word as he would Tails in issue number 172. Sonic even took Amy out on a date once to move on from Sally in issue number 207. So, if you ask me, the attraction is there, but the arc never went anywhere. Bars. Later in the series, after the story had gotten rebooted, it appears Sonic cares for Amy as much as he does Sally. He's also shown to care about her well-being during Breezy's tournament, after Knuckles hilariously crushed her with a boulder in their match. Just like in Sonic X, the IDW comics followed the game's continuity to some extent, so there's definitely history between them as friends. And here, they work together just fine and enjoy each other's company in issue number 2 going onwards. I wanted to address their relationship in Sonic Boom. Sonic and Amy do in fact have crushes on one another, judging from how they stutter, and when they're on the subject, they try to deny it. They seem to socialize and spend a lot more time together as friends, too. Most fans also think very highly of this version of the pairing since Amy obsesses over Sonic a little less, and it's more cherishing. I wanted to simply share my thoughts on my favorite Sonic ship and support my reasons. People say Amy is toxic and a stalker, but I believe the example they give is of her characterization from the mid-2000s as comic relief. Kind of like how Knuckles is written to be gullible when in actuality he's not. Sonally is a good pairing, and just like Sonamy, it has good and bad fans. And personally, I do want Sally and the Freedom Fighters to return in some way, which can be done. But to the people ranting about Sonamy being a thing and Sonally not anymore, Sonally fans have the cartoons and the early comics to fall back on. Sonic and Sally have gotten married and had a good family life and a few alternate futures. I personally want to see a relationship between Sonic and Amy since they're close friends and it's never been done before. Anyways, that's the end of my video. Hope you guys like, share, and subscribe. This is the Keenest Fox, and I am out.